We are so fortunate here in Ottawa to have so many talented people, including a number of wonderful authors. And you know, on this show, we've had so many local authors come through our doors. And you may recognize our next guest because she has been on the show in the past. I am joined by Pat Moore, author with Broken Keys Publishing House. Welcome back, Pat.
Thank you,
Great
Derek.
to have you here. Pat, for those perhaps not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself and you know, your background as an author and writer.
Well, my background as an author would really be more, I would say, as a songwriter. So this is my first book. I say first because you never know. There could be more.
Exactly.
I'm a musician. And I love to write songs, and I have a number of songs written. And so that really is just, I have this desire to create, right? I have the creative streak, I guess you could say. So songwriting, playing music, writing a little book it just sort of flowed out of that.
And this isn't a new book. You've republished it. So
that's right.
You were telling me just before the break, you can't even remember when you first wrote this.
So it wasn't that long ago, but I'm just trying to remember the exact year.
Okay.
And it was, let's say 8 years or so
I see.
ago.
Okay.
So
it wasn't
not
like
long
30
ago.
years ago.
Not
right.
that long ago.
Okay.
I was just trying to remember exactly when I first did this, and it was self-published.
Right.
So that's why, you know, it's now being published by an actual publisher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And a good friend of the show, right?
Yes.
Tell me about this Clean Water for Lukong. What was the inspiration behind this?
Okay. I had the privilege to have a really great opportunity to go to this little village called Kumbu in Cameroon with some friends who are community development people. This is a couple. He is used to be a commissioner of water and sewers for the regional municipality of Ottawa Carleton.
Oh, okay.
Rich Denham and his wife Donna, and they were going to Cameroon to help rebuild something that Canada had put together for them at the time in this little village, a water system.
Okay.
They're in the mountains, so it's not wells. It's collection, surface collection.
Gotcha.
And so the piping and everything needed to be fixed. And there was a lot of trouble even just with the administration. And when they told me about this 3-year project, I put my hand up and said, you know, would you be interested in having me come along, you know, to volunteer and help you? And so that's how it all started. And I spent a month there working with them. Not doing piping, but more helping the water authority there learn how to use computers that they had just acquired. Now, I'm not a computer person, but you know, we all work with computers every day. We know the basics, and so I was able to do that, and I was able to also help them with systems. You know, I worked in the government for a long time, so I could teach them some systems on how to set things up.
Well, and what did that experience teach you? You know, because you're going to somewhere that's completely different, right? From
totally different.
How grateful we must feel to live in this country.
Exactly. I was just going to say that exact thing. Is it just highlights so much how much we have here, you know, and what amazing opportunities we have here. So when I was there and working with them, I would go out also to the community gatherings where they were talking about, you know, repairing the water faucets. They have in each neighborhood, I'll say, of the community, they would have one tap. That would be the community tap. People don't have taps in their houses.
Right.
And so it's up to the community to keep the tap clean and keep the animals away from it. And you know, everybody goes and gets their water there and brings it back to the house. And then how do you manage the water at your home in order to keep it remaining clean? It sounds simple, but if nobody's ever talked to you about it before...
It sounds foreign too, though.
It does.
Right? You've got one tap, you bring it back, and then you have to maintain everything about it,
That's right?
From the time it you know, leaves there.
That's right.
Wow.
So I spent a month there, and it was such an amazing experience. I could hardly even begin to tell you in 7 minutes.
Yeah, of course,
you know?
of course.
But when I was leaving, so they have a board of directors for their water authority, and one of the women on the board is a school teacher, and she said, when you go back to Canada, would you please gather up some books and send them back to us? And immediately I thought, why would they want a book about the CN Tower?
Right.
I need to write a book about themselves.
Interesting.
And so that's what brought this book about.
So
you know?
this story is really about a family gathering water.
It's the day
right?
in the life of a little boy named Lukong.
Okay.
And it serves two purposes, really. One, it serves the purpose of literacy. I sent 500 of these back to Africa. And that's where the charitable aspect came in, was because I asked people to donate money. Because it did cost some money for me,
course.
you know,
to
produce the book and to get them there. So I had this thing where you could buy one for yourself and buy one for Africa. Was how that went.
I have to ask you this: as a songwriter, did a song come out of this experience?
There's a song, and I put the words in the back of the book.
Okay.
Right near the end here, it's called the Kumbu Water Song.
Oh, I see.
And that was also inspired by a meeting that we had there. People were, they would sing at the end of every meeting. They would sing a song. The whole community would sing together. So I thought, okay, we need a song that they can sing. Oh, they kept asking me, could you sing a song for me? One that you've written yourself. And I thought, my songs are not going to mean anything to them. You know,
didn't think they would relate
it's
to.
so out of context. So I decided I would put a song in there too that is simple and that they could sing along. So then I recorded it. I went out to Terry Gillespie's place
I know
out.
Terry Gillespie.
I thought you might. And we recorded the song, and it's on the website.
Pat, I'm just running out of time. Where can people pick up the book?
They can get in touch with me, or they can go to Broken Keys Publishing. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, patmoore@patmoore.net is probably the easiest way.
Terrific. Pat, real pleasure having you back. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back.